Hello everyone, welcome to the speed build of ASGORE'S castle. In this part, we're going to build the judgment hall, the throne room, the outside. It's going to be a bit long, yeah, but it's going to be fun. And I think you're going to like it if you like Undertale. I really put a lot of effort into it. And yeah, here I try to make the coffins of the humans, the human children. This was all I could do. I don't have any coffins within the game. I don't have the vampire game pack. If you have it, maybe there are accurate coffins and you could add them. So yeah, to make it more realistic, you know. So here I was making the entrance to the throne room, and now I am adding the walls and the floor of the judgment hall. Who doesn't know the judgment hall is like, it's a major place. Everything you make in the game comes down to this. Adding the pillars. There weren't any accurate pillars in the game that I could use, so I remember there was these objects, so I made them larger with the cheats and not cheats, the button the button we have to press to make the things larger. And I think it looked nice, it looked accurate, and there was even the option to make them yellow. And that was great. It looked nice. I think it was the best I could do for this. And unfortunately, there weren't any orange or yellow windows, but yeah. And here I am adding the chest to represent the chest from the game, in which we can save our objects and items. So yeah, and here I had to make the floors, the yellow patterns, the square patterns one by one. I should have the light blue soul because I had a lot of patience to make it, or maybe determination. Maybe I am the red soul. So yeah, and here I am making the throne room, the window like the judgment hall, and adding the thrones. I thought this was the most accurate chair to represent the throne, and it's purple, so it's perfect. And I already made a garden here, but don't worry, I am going to make a whole new lot with the garden. So without further ado, this is the outside of ASGORE'S castle, or more the build of the actual castle, because I thought, hey, when we go to the new home, we don't really know how the castle looks outside. We just see the hall with the homes and the elevator. And yeah, and I thought maybe I should use the castle we see, which is ASGORE'S castle, we see in Waterfall. Here I'm adding the windows to make it more accurate. Those were the windows I thought would fit best. And I'm making the towers now. I thought, and I'm making the, yeah, I had to pull the lot to the left slightly because, so that the tower would fit. And I'm trying to make it more like an actual tower with those things on the top. I don't know the name, sorry. And yeah, I'm trying to find here the perfect door for the castle, and I thought that one would be the best I could get. And yeah, so here I'm building the interior and spreading the floor a bit so that, you know, we have actual space to walk inside. And here I'm looking for more new home references, so that, yeah, I thought maybe the castle should look white, even though we see it blue from the waterfall. But I should add some lights outside that make it a little bluish, but in fact it's white. You see, you get me. Here I added the judgment hall I had previously built. I thought, hey, we should put it in the entrance right away. But then I thought, nah, I think the entrance should look a little bigger with more details. So I added a judgment hall behind, as in a hole next to it that leads to the coffins and to the throne room. Like it's a private hall. You see, only certain monsters can go through that hall. It would make sense since it's the judgment hall, right? So yeah, here I was making the throne room, and I added what I had previously built. I thought, hey, let's make a corridor leading to the throne, so that the garden doesn't get in our way when the themes are trying to walk. Here I had to make the hall a bit shorter leading to the coffins. I had to add another stairs, but I had a little bit of trouble removing the ceiling, the grass ceiling, because I had no idea how to do it, and I had to do research, and yeah, I had to experiment a little bit, try to cover the ceiling, but then the staircase would move, and then I had to add another ceiling, and yeah, I'm trying to adjust the coffins the best I can to close the hall. I couldn't make a whole hall without those doors because the light from the outside would come in. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that's The Sims. Then here I'm trying to add the plants from the throne room and removing everything and putting just grass. But then I'm going to add those purple flowers again because you see, in the throne room, I think there are, from what I could see, there were small purple plants on the grass, or maybe it was just shine, but anyways, I tried to make it accurate, and here I'm adding the yellow flowers. They are so symbolic in the game, spreading them a little bit across the garden, making the foundations look a little more, cozy, like the throne room. I think the throne room is actually very cozy, even though it's from the outside. And yeah, here I'm adding some windows to the judgment hall, and I thought, hey, since light comes in from the other side of the judgment hall, maybe I should make another outside location here. So yeah, here I'm adding the entrance to the castle that's very connected to nature, like ASGORE'S style. ASGORE'S style is very naturey. I'm adding those plants we see on the walls from the throne room, making the shelves a little smaller so that ASGORE can actually sit on those. And here I am adding some little details. Represent the ruins, you see. Try to make it more resembling the ruins, since it's the king. The king has to listen to his people, so I thought, hey, it's the castle, it has to represent the people. So yeah, here I'm making it a little more royally, more white, so that it fits the ruins theme, with the ground more purple and pinkish. There will be a Snowden part and a waterfall part, hotland part. If you want to use custom content, then you can, but if I used custom content, you wouldn't download it from the gallery, so you'd have to research and it would be a little complicated. So yeah, I prefer to just use the items from the game if you're going to download. So yeah, I'm adding the second floor, just cleaning the rooms a bit. This way we can actually see things from the upstairs, look below and see what's happening. I added those little chairs on the top of the throne so that more people can sit there and listen to important conversations between the king. We're adding a little balcony. I'm going to make it a little bigger then, but for now it's going to be small. It doesn't show in this video, but yeah. And here I'm adding the top floor, you know, the highest one we see, that tower on the top, and making it a little smaller because, yeah, to fit the size. I decided to make the roof blue. So yeah, I think it looked good. I hope. Unfortunately, you can't really have a round roof. I could make it a little less sharp, but I don't really know, you know, how to make it. You know, it would look weird. The way I would do it would just look weird. So yeah, here I'm finishing the roof and adjusting a little more. I think the outside looked good. I'm going to add lights in the future so that there's a blue light that we see from waterfall. And yeah, the actual castle will look white from the outside to fit new home. During the night, it's going to look blue because of the lights I will add outside. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first part of the build. And yeah, I'll see you in the second part of ASGORE'S castle. Bye!